Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Been a minute since my last video. I have been editing one for the E38, haven't made much progress on it, kind of been putting it on the background because, as a lot of you know, I went ahead and got a new car. I still have the 7 Series. Yes, it's kind of dead. Now it's a long-term project, even more long-term than it was previously. But what I bought is an E92 M3. This is my new daily driver over here. Obviously, didn't last very long, not being floored. So yeah, basically today, first video, I've done lots of modifications on it. It has fully adjustable rear control arms, Silver's coilovers, 16K springs in the front, 14K in the rear, so still a nice, calm ride. Did some carbon all around the car, just some small stuff here and there. I have billet front tie rods, or tie rod ends, just to help with the angle of everything. Other than that, rest of the car is pretty much stock, motor stock. It's raised about an inch. I have some stuff planned for the engine that I will hopefully be getting on video. Going to be doing some velocity stacks on the car. So I went ahead and converted the car to 5x114. So I am dual drilled now. I have 5x120 and 5x114. These wheels are 5x114, but they're all mounted up. Like I said, 18s, 11.5 in the front, 10.5 in the rear. Obviously reverse stagger, just because a lot of the BMWs you can fit quite a more aggressive wheel in the front, just because of the way that the arch is designed. So yeah, went ahead and did some new tires on the front the other day, or well, some used tires that I had, but smaller size. As you can see, it is hitting here quite badly. It is rubbing like crazy. So I have a 235/40 on this 11.5 in the front, and it's just a little bit too tall. I think I'm going to be stepping it down to a 225/40, just seeing if I can get that stretch to work. I do not want the tires to be Sudani stretched, so if the 225/40 does come out Sudani, then I will not be running that. Obviously, have some Pilot Sport 4S's on here. Obviously, super decent tires. I do like them quite a bit. They seem to stretch very nicely. Normally, a lot of people run Acceleras and stuff like that. But I have Michelin's on the front and then some Extreme Contacts on the rear. I have a 255/35 in the rear. So just a little bit bigger, even though it is a smaller wheel. The stretch doesn't matter as much in the rear. Need the stretch for the front, just so that I can turn a bit. I only have about a half turn right now, but after I do all this, I should be able to make it, hopefully a full rotation of the wheel is the goal, or at least 3/4, just because I do still daily drive this car. So definitely would be nice to maintain as much functionality as possible. But yeah, for today's video, like I said, I am just going to be trimming down the frame over here on the driver's side. Passenger side, still have the fender on and everything. I went ahead and I did trim the passenger side on a previous day. It does need to be trimmed a bit more, but I don't feel like taking the fender off right now while it's on the ground. It is pretty annoying to do on these cars, to take the fender off. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my work tomorrow where I can throw it on the lift, and then I will take the passenger side fender off and do everything. I just cannot drive the car until I cut this driver's side stuff out of the way, just because it is rubbing so bad that I do not want to pop the tire. But yeah, other than that, just going to go ahead and get into marking the area that I'm going to cut. I'll set the camera up in the corner, just film me cutting it off and everything like that. And then the car should be good to go. All right. All right, so here's how we're looking. Went ahead and gave it a good trim along there. I'm gonna go ahead and use my welder over there. Obviously a long ass extension cord. Not the best, but you know, it's not structural welding. It's just gonna be tacking this shit up so that it's all sealed up, So then everything should be good there. I'll just lay a super thin bead at low heat along here. Then everything should be good. I'll go ahead and button it up. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the wheel on right now, just check clearance, see how close it is. And then as long as everything is good, then I'm just gonna shave it down a little, because basically behind here, it's a lip that goes up and then it is riveted on, or sorry, not riveted, spot welded. So I had cut out the spot welds here. So that's why I'm gonna tack it back together, just because the plate under here is loose from here now, just because there's no spot welds holding it together. So just gonna give it those tacks just to hold it together. But I'm just gonna shave it down a little bit more, because you can see that there is some space behind here. Just gonna make it flush, maybe I don't know, 7 more millimeters, something along here. Then yeah, everything should be good to go. I'm just about to get to prepping with the die grinder. Absolutely love this thing. So perfect for just small metal prep stuff. So just gonna go ahead and prep it, get everything down to bare metal, and then just tack this together. Went ahead and already checked clearance with the wheel, looking excellent here. Got plenty of room to go lower now when I do want to. All right, looking good. Just getting ready to start tacking it up in a few places. Hopefully enough of the seam sealer is off that it doesn't cause too many problems. So yeah, just gonna go ahead and bop, see where we stand. Alright, so here's how we're looking after everything has been tacked up, all sealed up. Obviously welds aren't the prettiest. I don't do much sheet metal work, so this is pretty new to me. But for what I have done, seems pretty decent. Gonna go ahead and grind everything down just a little bit, get it a little bit smoother, especially on the underside where the tire could be prone to hitting. Just gonna smoothen it down, give it a light coat of paint, and then everything is good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and throw everything back together. Alright, got everything painted. Just a quick little last few clips. Looking all good there, all sealed up. Trying to do this car as correctly as possible while still being extremely stupid. Here is how we're sitting. Like I said, still have to do the passenger side cutting. Gonna go ahead and do that a different day. So far so good though. Car is definitely pretty tall at this height with these tires, so it's a 235/40 on an 11.5 in the front. I was running a 255/35, which is a little bit shorter, but I couldn't turn with it, so I went ahead and went to the 235/40 so I can turn more now, but the diameter is taller, so it raised the car a little bit. Used to not be able to get anything under the front, or at least not my shoe under the front, but now I can get my shoe under. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to step it down to a 225/40 in the front. That should lower the car a bit, and now that I have started to cut out the frame above, I have more room to lower the front now, hopefully retain my turning. I'd like to get the skirt completely laying on the ground, hopefully to the point where I can remove the side skirt extensions. I do like how they look, but laying just the OEM skirt would be nice, and then hopefully paint matching my lip in the future. Other than that, just a quick rundown of the car. It is basically visually stock, other than just its wheels, coilovers, obviously rear control arms. I have everything adjustable in the rear, all billet arms, all spherical. I have spherical tie rod ends in the front, aluminum subframe bushings, aluminum diff bushings. Went ahead and shaved about 1 inch off of the fins off of the diff on the back. And then it has a custom one-piece aluminum drive shaft. Car is basically set up for the track, but I have it all stanced out right now just because I like to ruin my vehicles, obviously. Other than that, motor is basically all stock. I do have the engine raised about 1 inch. And the trans is also raised 1 inch just to get the back of the oil pan up. Other than that, the rest of the car is pretty solid, bone stock. So yeah, I will catch you guys in another video. Hopefully cutting more of this car up, because that's what I love to do. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Peace.